Hello guys and welcome back. So you've applied for a job in Canada and the employer responds to you and asks you, are you in Canada or not? Or or tells you that we're looking for candidates who are already in Canada. How do you engage such an employer? How do you respond to that feedback on your application? That's the subject of this video today in this edition of Going Places with Apple Micah. Now, personally, guys, I do not like it when employers ask candidates whether they are in Canada or not, because it then gives a false impression that being physically present in Canada counts for anything when you are applying for jobs in Canada. Okay? Being physically present in Canada is just half the story. The other half is what I'm going to talk about in this video today. Okay, so when an employer asks you whether you're in Canada or not, they are not really interested in your physical presence in the country as much as they are interested in knowing about your eligibility to work in Canada. You know, they really want to know, like in brackets, they're saying, do you have the legal authorization to work in Canada? That's what they're asking. Because you can be in Canada on a visitor visa. You're here for 2 weeks in Banff and Canmore, Lake Louise, in Jasper, Niagara Falls, whatever the case may be, right? That's not what they're asking for. They're not asking if you are physically present in Canada. I mean, that too. But if you're in Canada as a visitor, I mean, you'll be on the back of the queue, right? You'll be at the back of the queue, because whom they will consider first are people who have the legal right to work in Canada. That's citizens, permanent residents, people who've got open work permits, right? Those are the people who are legally authorized to work in Canada, like who can just look for a job, get offered, and start working. Okay, so how then do you respond? Because I mean, there is a work permit application process which you have to do, and it wouldn't be there if it were not possible for employers to offer you a job before you actually land in Canada. Okay, now I have done a video on whether you can look for a job on a visitor's visa. You can watch that, and I also did a video here about with 6 tips that you can use to drastically increase your chances of getting offered a job while outside Canada. So have a look at that, because if you combine that 6 tips video and this one, you are really giving your job applications a boost, and really increasing your chances of landing that job offer before you land in Canada. Okay, so guys, a lot of YouTubers, it started snowing out here in Alberta, and I'm sure in other places in Canada as well. Everybody's talking about the snow, and it's all beautiful. It's turning, Alberta is turning white, Canada is turning white. That's not what I'm gonna bug you with today. I talk serious business on this channel. Let's get you into Canada first, then you can talk about the snow, after actually landing here with your job. So back to business. Now, when an employer sends you such a response and asks you whether you're in Canada or not, one thing to bear in mind, guys, is that, and it's very important to understand, as a citizen of your country, you are less aware of your country's immigration procedures or immigration policies, your visa policies and laws, right? I am a citizen of Zimbabwe. I only got to know about my country's immigration policies because I looked for that information, right? But then, because I like immigration, I'm an immigration enthusiast. But likewise, Canadians don't know about how to migrate to Canada. They were just born here, okay? They don't know about all this LMIA and work permit applications and visa offices, visa application centers, you know, how someone becomes eligible for a work permit. Employers don't know those things for the most part, unless of course sometimes you may be dealing with somebody who migrated to Canada and they started a business here and they're trying to recruit. Those employers may be more aware, but for the most part, you know, you're dealing with Canadians. They don't know these things. Go to the University of Alberta, University of Toronto, look at their HR management, you know, modules, and see if there's anything about hiring foreign workers. You won't find anything. You won't find all this LMIA and whatnot. So they don't learn these things in school, okay? So when an employer asks you, okay, now this is I think the 5th time I'm saying this. When an employer asks you, are you in Canada at the moment? Instead of just saying no and closing the door on your application completely, what I would suggest saying is, respond to the employer and say, I am not in Canada at the moment, but I am ready and willing to relocate to Canada on short notice and at my own expense if I am given a job offer, a suitable job offer, such as the one you have advertised, and of course a labor market impact assessment, if one is required for the position. Now that's your opportunity to show that you know your stuff, right? You know about how to come to Canada, and you're telling the employer what the employer has to do in order to hire you for that position, okay? So then the employer might say, okay, do you have a work permit, you know, to work in Canada? Again, you know, you tell the employer, I do not have a work permit, but I have reviewed the requirements for the work permit with my local visa office, maybe visa office in Pretoria, visa office in New Delhi, visa office in Accra, visa office in Malaysia, whatever the case may be, right? I have reviewed the requirements with the visa office and I meet the requirements except for a qualifying job offer, okay? So you're telling the employer that, hey, the only missing piece in the puzzle is you giving me that job offer, okay? And of course, labor market impact assessment, if it's required for that position. That's a research which you need to do when you're applying for jobs in Canada to see if, you know, an LMIA is required for the position you're applying for. So that sort of, you know, you're making it easy for the employer to consider you, because you're basically saying, you know what, from my end, I'm ready to move to Canada, okay? I only need this document from you, that job offer, and then I will submit my application immediately. You know, you use such words, you know, like immediately on short notice. And you know what? One thing I recommended to somebody, and he actually used this and got a job offer, was that he said, I'm ready and willing to relocate to Canada at my own expense. And you know, if I get a suitable job offer and an LMIA, I will immediately, you know, you use words that give a sense of urgency, right? I'll immediately apply for my work permit and temporary residence visa, and once approved, I can be anywhere in Canada in 36 hours. You know, you're really telling the employer that I'm ready to come to Canada. You just, you know, complete the puzzle and boom, I'll submit my work permit application. Of course, they won't know how long it takes. You can find out that for yourself. The government of Canada does publish this information about how long it's typically taking to process work permit applications from different countries. So you can have a look at that, and you know, you can give the employer some guidance as to when they can expect to have you in Canada. So I hope you find this information useful, guys. I like to keep my videos short, but use this tip. And also, guys, watch this video. I'm gonna put a link here. Watch this video and combine all of this information together, and guys, you really like dramatically increase your chances of getting a job offer before you land here. So guys, see you in the next video. I'd love to hear your feedback. Leave your feedback in the comment section below. And hey, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate all your subscriptions. Help me get to 1,000, guys. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. Let's you know, share some information with people whom you think, you know, would benefit from what I'm sharing with you guys. So guys, see you next time.